I want you to rethink cleaning. No, this is not some video about decluttering. Yes, cue the angel singing. I can hear them now. It's not some video where I tell you something you've heard before and I pretend like it's new and exciting. I'm actually going to take you on a journey similar to what I've gone through, and I'm going to help you fall in love with clean. So buckle up and let's get started. Hi, I'm Sarah. This is Shiny Objects Moms, a YouTube channel for moms with ADHD trying to get through everyday life, tasks, kids, all the other stuff, and trying to manage all the difficult and wonderful things that come along with ADHD. So today we're going to talk about a different kind of clean. I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey, and the first thing that I want you to think about is something that I heard in a book I was reading recently by Cindy Gascon called Heal Yourself. She talks about how your body is a bank account and you can make deposits that are healthy, like healthy food, healthy thoughts, and that puts your bank account in the positive. It builds up a reserve, if you will, or you can be making withdrawals like eating McDonald's or exercising way too hard or staying up late every single night or, drinking a lot. So if your body is a bank account, then you may be putting it into a spot where you are using up your reserves. And if you're like me, like I was, and I have been struggling for over 9 months, you're sick. You're sick with a myriad of symptoms. Maybe you are really depressed, you have high anxiety, maybe you can't sleep well, and because you can't sleep well, then you can't function during the day. Maybe you're so stressed out and that you've been so stressed out for so long and your body's been running in survival mode for so long that your body is getting sick. Perhaps your hormones are fluctuating all over the place like mine were. And maybe you have really horrible allergies like I do. If you saw my last video, I woke up and was spraying my nose with nose spray like I did every day. And I don't have allergies. I'm not a person with allergies, but I've been struggling with allergies for 6 months and I sniff all day long. I get headaches and I've just been wallowing in this and trying to figure out what to do. So today we're going to talk about clean. Quick precursor, I am not a doctor. If you are sick, you should go see your doctor and get better. But anyway, if you are interested in trying to make yourself healthier, to clean out more than just your house, then let's get started on this, because I have 3 different categories of clean. And I think the most important one to start with is your mind. How can you clean out your mind? What do I mean by that? Having the right mindset and mentality towards things will be one of the first things that allows you to be able to get healthier. Part of that is taking charge of your life and realizing that even though maybe you're unhealthy and perhaps it's not necessarily your fault, you still have to take charge of your own life. You can't just keep playing the victim. You have to do something for yourself and not expect that somebody else will do it for you. One of the very first things that I had to do to get healthier was to reduce my stress. I was doing too many things. You might be doing too many things too. Are there places in your life where you can cut back on what you're doing? If your body has used up all the reserves that you have in the healthiness standpoint, and you're going down into negatives, you're going into debt, your body's going to take a really long time, not a really long time, it's going to take longer to build up what you originally had. If you originally were a healthy person and, maybe you're still struggling with some symptoms from other things, then you will have to give your body time to rest. And resting from stress is probably the best place to start, because otherwise you don't have time. You don't have time to take any steps to clean out your life and clean out your body. If you can take a break from work for a while or cut back on your hours, maybe not exercise as much, maybe not force yourself to cook a certain dinner every single night, things that you can cut back on your day-to-day to give yourself some space to breathe and to be able to think and not feel like you're just running out of control all the time. Another area in your mind is your mentality about food. Now, a lot of times we think of food as it's either healthy or unhealthy. It's either good or bad. So chocolate is bad, a donut's bad, eating pizza is bad, cheese isn't good for you, dairy's bad for you. So you have to think about what you're thinking about when you think about food. Food is not good or bad, it's just food. There are healthier choices. One of the main steps that I took with food was shifting my mindset away from, okay, I shouldn't ever have pizza or soda because it's really bad for me. It's more so, okay, I need to be really eating food as though it was medicine for me. I most of the time try to eat things that are whole foods, and then when I want to eat pizza, you know what? I don't care, I'm going to eat pizza because my body can filter out all those things and process all those things a lot better if I'm already nourishing my body with the right food as it is, which we'll get into in a little bit. The other thing that I think that us ADHDers don't have a big issue with this is not giving up. So we typically, even though we get beat down a lot, we just never give up. But that is a big step in making sure that you are not losing hope and not giving up in what you're trying to do for yourself and your family to make you guys healthier and to have a really, really healthy and wonderful life ahead of you that you can live, enjoy, and happiness. Okay, now here comes the part about decluttering your house. Once you're in a space where you have the time to declutter, I found that really helped clean out my mind. It just cleans out all the distraction that's in here and all the, there's already a lot going on in there, as you know. Being able to remove the negative stuff like clutter that you don't need is going to be really beneficial, but it is tiring. So you have to be in the right health state to be able to start doing that for yourself. So one last thing that I really wanted to talk about with cleaning your mind was what you put in through your eyeballs. So I haven't watched news in a really long time. I find with things that are negative on the news, which is all they show you, it takes a really big toll on me, and it actually can make me feel bad for the rest of the day if I hear a horrible story, a horrible news story. And same thing with social media. You get sucked in and then you start to feel like you're inadequate. And social media is all this big lie anyway. Nobody lives like that. Nobody does. And they're just trying so hard to just be so perfect, and it's just not worth your time and energy. So I don't have social media on my phone anymore except for YouTube and Reddit. I like to go onto Reddit to help people out with questions about ADHD or natural living and stuff like that. But it helps give your brain the space to think, the space to not have something coming at you, the space to rest for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, to, put your phone down and actually try to think about how you're feeling, what you need to do for the rest of the day, what you need to do for yourself. The next thing that I want to talk about is cleaning out your body and eating cleaner food. They kind of go hand in hand. So I talked a little bit about Whole30, which is an elimination diet if you're not sure what it is. And it sounds really good. Whole food, you can't eat any sugar, no pasta, no grains, nothing like that. And essentially, parts of it are good, but because it's so restrictive and it really doesn't allow you to eat the right kinds of foods, you start eating a whole bunch of the same kind of food, and that overloads your body, and ironically also makes it so that your body's not used to filtering out the bad stuff, because your body should be able to filter out, the bad, okay, not the bad stuff, the really tasty comfort food. It should be able to filter that out. So you should be able to go and have pizza and not have to be afraid that you're going to get a stomachache. Things that I started looking for were places that I can go grocery shopping for raw milk and raw cheese. Raw milk and raw cheese is I feel it's like medicine to your body. And when you start looking at that and you're making these really yummy breakfasts and you're eating them, you're this is so good. It's it brings so much joy back into your life to eat these meals. And they're easy to make. It's not like you're gonna be in the kitchen for 2 hours making breakfast. I can't do that. I have a family. Nobody can do that. But it's just, it makes you feel good. It's what your body wants. And then also another really, really super healthy medicine like food is honey, raw honey. I was blessed enough to get some from my dad's beehives, but you can find raw honey a lot of different places. And a lot of people, surprisingly, a lot of people own bees. So you may even be able to look around and find or source some honey super good for you. You can Google it and find some research, and you'll hear people who be like, no, honey's not gonna do anything good for you. But the reality is, when you believe and you see and you already know what the truth is, honey is going to help you. Okay, let me go back to, I don't even like honey. My grandma, when I was a kid, when we would get sick, she would hide a spoonful of honey with onions behind her back if we had a cold, and she'd be like, here you go, you gotta take your medicine. And ever since then, I did not like honey. But when I opened up the honey from my dad's beehives, and there's like these little specks and flecks in the top, and I knew how good it was for me, I started drizzling it over my oatmeal in the morning and putting fresh berries with it. And I was like, I felt like I was a goddess or a queen or something like that. Just like the simplest ingredients, the easiest stuff. And it's like, we're just overthinking it way too much. Yeah. Typical girl stuff. Along with the types of foods that you should be eating, I love pasta, I love bread, and I really wanted to still be able to eat those things, and you can. So I was trying to rethink bread, and one of the things that I found was some bread that was made out of like the whole grain, like the wheat berry that was ground up. I have a KitchenAid mixer. I just ordered the flour mill attachment. And I found a place to get wheat berries online, a place that we've ordered from before called Country Life Foods. And I'm going to get some wheat berries from them and try to make my own bread. Pretty excited about that. I think it's gonna taste really good. One of my favorite things to do is make a little honey butter toast. Yeah, it's pretty delicious. One of the things that I've been trying to incorporate more into what we're eating are whole grains. So quinoa, I found some einkorn noodles. They actually tasted like regular noodles to me, and I'm looking around for other whole grains, but things like that you can use for like your starch in your meals. So just to recap, what I mean by whole foods is fruits and vegetables, whole grains, of course meat, like the healthiest meat you can find, and then also incorporating things like raw milk and cheese and raw honey into what you're eating. So the next thing that has to do with food is eating what you are craving, or like listening to your body. And this might be a little bit of a trial and error, because when I was trying to rethink how I was eating, I would try different meals, see how they tasted, see if I liked them when I was eating, and like how my body felt, if they kept me full for very long. So listen to your body when you're putting that delicious whole grainish, whole food stuff in there. The last thing I wanted to hit on in regards to cleaning out your body is exercise. And I am a lover of exercise. I love strength training. I love going for jogs. Sometimes I walk every day. And I'm outside with my toddler. We jump on the trampoline a little bit. I love being outside, and I love exercise. It gets your heart pumping, and for us with ADHD, it really helps our brains a lot. Strength training helps us ladies to retain that muscle, especially as we get older. But I couldn't exercise. I was so sore. I was getting muscle mass loss. And so I would encourage you, if you're in a state like that you slow way down on exercise. I'm not saying don't move at all. Don't be doing these hour-long HIIT workouts or lifting really heavy and feeling like garbage the next day. That's another place where you have to listen to your body and just kind of let it build up the reserves. And I promise you will be able to start exercising again. Next, we get to talk about cleaning out your skin. Because us ladies have so many things that we put on our skin. Wash our hands all the time. Put crap in our hair. One of the things that I was going to talk about with skin, but maybe it has more to do with your body, is cleaning the air in your house. We recently were able to afford a very nice air purifier, and when I tell you the difference in my allergies was very measurable. That was one of the biggest things that seemed to help my allergies, my stuffiness go away, because I was waking up every morning around 4 or 5 in the morning, and I was completely stuffed up, all in here. It was all the sinus pressure. Sometimes I wouldn't even be able to go back to sleep. getting an air purifier made a huge difference. Along with cleaning your skin, of course, we have the different things that we put on our skin all the time. It is a lot to switch out all those things, and there's a lot of chemicals in the stuff that we put on our skin. And what we put on our skin goes into our blood, and then our body has to filter those things out. And this takes time. So I've been researching different places near me that I can find all natural skincare. For example, toiletries, cleaners. And you think about the benefits of what you're doing for yourself and your family versus paying a little bit more for these things, I think it far outweighs it. And you can also prioritize. So, for example, about a year ago, I switched our toothpaste to one that has hydroxyapatite in it. And that is something that will actually help remineralize your teeth. The brand that I got was called Welnesse, and it's not real cheap. It lasts us a really long time. And I don't always brush my teeth with toothpaste. Sometimes I just brush my teeth with my toothbrush just to clean them off. I can't even feel the cavities in my mouth anymore. I've maybe had to order it twice, but that's just one example. Like, being able to change your toothpaste is a big deal. Keeping your teeth healthy is huge. Other things that stay on your skin the longest, I think of like lotions, like face lotion. Face wash could be really good for you. I found a charcoal face bar. Charcoal just pulls toxins out of your body. The other really big one that I was contemplating was deodorant. And I know I've in the past looked at deodorant and it was all natural and it didn't work and it was terrible. And so I gave up. And you think about putting that stuff on your armpit every day. So it's one of the things that just easily gets absorbed in your body. I don't know if the pores in your armpit are like more open, but think about using that every single day for years and years and years. So today I just picked up a new deodorant that I'm trying from Lolablue, and they are a local place, but they ship all over the place and they have natural stuff. So I'm trying it out and I'm hoping for the best. I had great reviews, but we'll see. Okay, so I have two more things to talk about in the skin category. Then we're going to move on to those hot tips that I have for you. So the next one is detergent. What detergent are you washing your stuff in? I was using All Free and Clear, Tide Free and Clear, something like that. But I realized, there's still stuff in that I don't like. And I found Molly's Suds, which is one that my mom used to use. And you can sign up online. You can subscribe, so they send it to your door however often you want them to. And it's cheap. It's like less than I've been paying for any other laundry detergent my whole life. So I get their active wear laundry powder because our clothes, like, we have really good water. My husband set us up a really good water system, but our clothes can still stink. The last one is making your own cleaners. So like what you're cleaning your house with. You can make your own cleaners, which apparently is very easy. Think about your spraying it, getting in the air, and then you're getting it on your hands when you're scrubbing stuff. Like, I use microfiber a lot, especially for mirrors, but it's just like so easy rather than using a bunch of paper towels. So I just got the stuff to make my own cleaner, and all you need is Castile soap and distilled water. I found out how easy it was to make your own stuff, and it's not expensive, and you know exactly what's in it. And if it's something that you're interested in, I think that will reduce the chemical load a lot as well on your skin and subsequently your body. So, all right, let's move on to those hot tips next. Step number one. Step number one is do one step at a time, because if you think about all the stuff that you got to do, you're just not even going to start. Don't get overwhelmed. You'll get there. Just pick one of those categories was what I did to start with. Step number two is it's not all or nothing. I think us ADHDers have, as far as I know, got the all or nothing mindset. And I was watching this one video by one of my favorite YouTubers, Carolyn Winkler, and she was talking about all or nothing, that mindset, back to that mindset thing again. And she's like, when you think about it, it's not really all or nothing. It just ends up being nothing. Because maybe you do all for like a little while and then you do nothing. And then you're kind of like back to square one. So she's like, just think about it like this. If you can just do 30% all the time, do that. Just at least 30% and you're still making progress. And maybe sometimes you're going to do more percent than that. But if you just shift your mindset that direction, you're going to be making so much better progress. If you want more practical stuff that I have done, you know, like how to make your own cleaners or stuff like that, please comment below and let me know what you'd be most interested in, because I'm like passionate about all this stuff. So maybe easy recipes or something like that. Comment below what would be the most interesting for you to learn, and I'll try to make some videos about that. Hot tip number 3 is writing down when you make each change. Even put a date next to it. So one of the first things we did was get a dehumidifier for our home. I live in Florida. It's supposed to really help with my allergies. And I wrote that down. And then like as you start to do more things, like, oh, I found, you know, raw milk and cheese. We started eating raw milk and cheese and put a date on it. Or I made my own foam soap and I put a date on there. You're going to start to see on paper how much stuff you've accomplished. And you'll also be able to start telling after like a little while how much better you're starting to feel, and you can kind of like look back and see what steps you've taken and how long it's taken, and it just really helps boost your drive of what you're working towards, and you're also going to be feeling a lot better too. The last hot tip, or if you were following me at the beginning, it is step 4, is to be careful not to backslide, because when you start feeling better, you start having more energy, your depression starts going away, your hormones start to balance, and you just start feeling better overall, you're going to start pushing yourself again, and maybe you're going to start like exercising hard again, or staying up late a lot and watching TV, and then you're going to start to feel crappy again. So you have to kind of let your body build up a reserve. And of course you can do some of those things, but don't like just go at it like crazy again, or you're going to start to backslide. Rethinking clean is rejuvenating. It will benefit your energy, it will benefit your mind, it'll benefit how you're feeling. You'll be excited again, you're going to find more joy in life, you're going to want to tell people about it, you're going to see that your family is feeling better, and it's just this beautiful domino effect. So when you're thinking about thinking about cleaning out your body and putting good food in it and making food your medicine and just taking charge of your life, you just want to keep going because you feel so much better and you feel more like yourself again. And that's really what I want from you. And I hope that this video will help encourage you to get moving on that path. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me today. See you next time. Let's do this. All right. I'm gonna just keep putting this back in. And so I've been on this, you know, I'm not gonna wear my earring. I hope you guys are okay with that. YouTuber of, okay, I'm getting rid of these earrings now. I could, every now and then I could like lift it up in loving memory of my gold earring. If I just tilt my head this way, you won't notice that I'm missing one earring. Gotta get it all set up.